I'm embarrassed and humiliated.
Kail Lowry has finally broken her silence about the 3 babies she's welcomed with her boyfriend, Elijah Scott. But she's still been pretty quiet about how she and Elijah really started dating and why their relationship timeline raised so many red flags with her followers. So what exactly is Kail trying to hide? The real reason she's been so secretive about the start of her romance with Elijah is finally coming out. In April 2022, Kail had even more drama going on in her life than usual. That month, she lost the defamation lawsuit she had filed against her former Teen Mom 2 co-star, Brianna DeJesus. And not only that, but the court documents that were released dropped an absolute bombshell. In the legal paperwork from the case, Brianna claimed that Kail had refused to talk about the incident that had sparked the lawsuit on camera. But Kail said that she had only wanted privacy because she'd been trying to keep her boyfriend, at the time, a total secret. Apparently, Kail had been dating Malik Montgomery, but she didn't want MTV to film their relationship. A source who claimed to be close to Kail told The Sun that she had been seeing Malik for well over a year and that he'd gotten very close with her and her kids. The insider also shared that Kail allegedly didn't want the public to know about Malik, which seemed pretty suspicious. But her shady behavior wasn't completely exposed until about 2 weeks later when someone truly unexpected spilled some serious tea. Kail's ex-boyfriend and baby daddy, Chris Lopez, made a shocking revelation in an April 2022 episode of his PTSD podcast. He claimed that their son, Lux, had actually told him that Kail was suddenly seeing a new guy, who happened to be Elijah. But that wasn't all. It turns out that Lux had allegedly mentioned that his mom's new man was already living with them. Chris added that he was stunned because he felt like he should have been informed by Kail. But he was also in disbelief since Lux had just been talking about Malik. But even though the news about Kail moving on with Elijah was crazy, no one seemed quite as shocked as Malik. Teen Mom fan accounts on Instagram had been posting as many details about the new romance as possible. And under one of the posts, Malik left an unbelievable comment. Malik wrote that Kail had played him for the kid, which referred to Elijah, who was only 23 years old at the time. Just a month earlier, Kail had been commenting on Malik's social media like everything was fine. But on March 13th, he made a startling announcement. In a video that Malik shared to his Instagram, he revealed that he was single. Without naming Kail, he explained that he had been dating someone for a long period of time. But apparently, the relationship had been an absolute roller coaster. Malik also said that the breakup had been unexpected, which made it sound like Kail had dumped him out of nowhere. And judging by their crazy history together, that must have been insanely confusing and hurtful for Malik. Kail and Malik's on and off relationship reportedly lasted for nearly 2 years, but they had known each other for quite a while before they started dating. So the fact that Kail split from Malik out of the blue and then moved Elijah into her home less than a month later is extremely weird. But in typical Kail fashion, she tried to shame her ex for speaking out about their relationship and breakup. After Malik commented on Instagram about how she had played him for Elijah, what Kail did was honestly ridiculous. Not only did Kail deny ever playing or cheating on Malik, she also threatened to take him to court if he kept talking about their romance. But he wasn't about to back down, and he made that crystal clear. Malik posted a screenshot to his Instagram story that allegedly showed his and Kail's most recent text conversation. She had told him that she was planning to sue him because he had signed a non-disclosure agreement regarding their relationship. But Malik responded by letting Kail know that his NDA had actually expired 2 months earlier in February 2022. Needless to say, she was not happy that he was legally free to expose details of her sketchy behavior. Kail indirectly called Malik out for publicly airing her dirty laundry on Twitter right before she deactivated her entire account. But a few weeks later, she actually mentioned him on her Coffee Convos podcast. What she admitted was seriously crazy. In the podcast episode from May 2022, Kail tried to set the record straight about Malik's cheating allegations. She confessed that she had been unfaithful to her ex-boyfriend, Jordan Winter, along with one of her ex-girlfriends. But she claimed that she had never cheated on Malik. Kail added that despite the fact that her relationship timeline with Malik and Elijah seemed strange, she had never dated both of them at the same time. But a lot of people aren't convinced that she was loyal, and they even think that Elijah had also been unfaithful. Interestingly, Elijah and his ex-wife, Kayla, had only been divorced for about 6 months before Kailin became his neighbor in January 2022. But not long after the cheating claims about Kailin and Malik surfaced, similar allegations about Elijah started going around online. Allegedly, Elijah had been seeing another woman when he and Kailin first met as neighbors. Many people speculated that when Kailin started seeing him behind Malik's back, Elijah was also cheating on his girlfriend at the time. In a Q&A that Kailin posted on her Instagram story, she tried to clear the air about Elijah and his then girlfriend. She said that before she and Elijah started dating, he had already broken up with his girlfriend. But considering how confusing Kailin's claims about Malik were at the time, it's hard to know whether or not she was telling the truth about Elijah. And now that Kailin has finally confirmed that she and Elijah really did welcome their son, Rio, in November 2022, more pieces of the puzzle are coming together. And it's looking like she could have been lying all along about not cheating on Malik. Before Kailin came clean about Rio, her followers discovered a Middleton, Delaware baby registry under her nanny's name, Natalie. But the last name on the account was Scott, the same as Elijah's last name. And the baby's due date was listed as December 5th, 2022, which totally gives away Kailin's real timeline with Malik and Elijah. If Rio really was due on December 5th, the dates involving Malik are way messier than Kailin originally claimed. In a typical pregnancy, a December 5th due date would mean that the mother became pregnant sometime between March 7th and March 13th. What that means is seriously outrageous. Now that we know for a fact that Rio was born in late November, it seems like the speculations about December 5th being Kailin's due date were spot on. So if her pregnancy with Elijah started in the first half of March 2022, her story isn't exactly adding up. Malik's video about suddenly being single was posted on March 13th, and he and Kailin had only stopped following each other 3 days earlier. So unless Kailin dumped him and immediately got pregnant with Elijah, it's definitely possible that she cheated on Malik. At best, Kailin moved on super quickly and didn't let Malik know that Elijah had moved in before he found out with the rest of the world. But considering Elijah had already listed his house for rent at the beginning of April, Kailin had clearly been acting incredibly shady. If Kailin and Elijah felt comfortable enough to live together at the start of April 2022, they definitely could have been getting to know each other for longer than 2 weeks. And if that's really the case, it's even more likely that Kailin actually did cheat on Malik. It also seems pretty telling that Kailin tried to silence Malik's cheating allegations about her by threatening to sue him. If she honestly had nothing to hide, why would she pay for a lawyer and risk losing yet another lawsuit just to shut her ex up? I don't know about you guys, but I feel like Kailin was just desperate to cover up her timeline with Malik, which obviously might have overlapped with her and Elijah's romance. And based on what we know about her pregnancy with Rio, Kailin's original claims about being loyal to Malik seems more suspicious than ever. No matter what, Kailin and Elijah's relationship timeline is absolutely unreal. Even if you don't include the affair allegations, it's wild that they started dating and living with each other so quickly. But what's really bizarre is that Kailin and Elijah haven't even been in a relationship for 2 full years, and they already have 3 babies together. But anyway, now that we've uncovered the insane truth about how Kailin and Elijah really started their relationship, I want to know what your thoughts are. Do you think that Kailin really did cheat on Malik with Elijah? And what do you think about the rumors that Elijah cheated on his girlfriend at the time with Kailin? Let me know in the comments below.